Hello there. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. Although it's night, isn't it? Yeah, I named myself many, many, many years ago, and now I do my lives at night. Isn't that something? How are you? How was your weekend? How is the upcoming week? How is Halloween turning out for you? Got any plans? Doing anything special? Let me know who you are when you're here. Say hi. I love to see all my friends coming on. I see some people are here now. All you have to do is just say, tell me hi. So I get, hi, Roz. Thank you. Hey, Brenda. Hey, everybody. Guess what? I have a new recruit. I do. And it's Brenda. Yay. Brenda took advantage. Hi, Lena, of the $35 starter kit. And she is going to go to a Stampin' Up! Event with me in early December. And we're excited for her, and she's excited, I'm sure. So welcome to my team, Brenda. I'm so glad you joined. And we are going to work. Now, I don't have my watch on, so I'm just going to guess the time. I might start a minute early, or I might start a minute late, or something like that. I woke up this morning and I was on the run, and I didn't even charge. Hi, Karen Kirshner. I didn't even charge my watch last night. I was dead tired when I fell asleep, and so no watch. And so I don't know what time it is actually. And so we're just going to start. I'm just going to talk for a few minutes and play it by ear, and then we're going to get started. It's actually very beautiful here in California. It's warm, as you can tell. It was in the 80s today, they said. I never did check it online, but they said it felt like it. It was cool in the morning, beautiful afternoon, evening, still is beautiful. I have my doors open out here, and I'm just enjoying this time. Monday starts a crazy week again, and round we go, right? Well, tonight we're going to continue on with Snowy Delights. It's a beautiful bundle in the new mini catalog on page 53. So if you have your mini catalog and you don't know what bundle I'm talking about, just skip on over to page 53 and you can check it out. There's some beautiful samples on page 52 using that set, and I intend to show you some many ways to use this bundle as well. The snowflake dies in it are just stunning, and I hope you think so with today's sample. Okay, I'm going to guess that it's 7 o'clock or maybe a minute after, and turn you down, and I see a few people on here. Hey, Marie Costa. I saw your message, Marie, but I had set up my, hi, Roseanne. I had set up my stand, my phone already, so I couldn't reply, but I will look at it in a minute. What happened? I don't know what happened, but what else is new, right? Let me move you over a little bit, and I'm going to try to, let me move you back and have more room. Oh, let's Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Thumbs up if you can hear me now. I think I did hit my microphone. No sound for me too. Can you hear her now? I see a thumbs up. Can you hear me now? I'm going to wait until you tell me. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, I hit the microphone. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, we're back. You can email me anytime you'd like to at mofun44@icloud.com. Okay, that is my little housekeeping. And here is page, whoops, upside down, page 53 of the mini catalog. And this is the set I'm going to use. It's called Snowy Delights, and there is a beautiful bundle here, and there are actually more things to it. There's some decorative masks, and there is some shimmery white embossing paste. Hi, Viola. Hi, Melody. So a lot you can do with this. Hi, Mona Martin. And there's a lot you can do with this. So if you like this set, like I said, just go to my website and you can order it anytime you want. Now, this is the card we made last Sunday. And I started out simple. I just wanted to show you two of the dies that make one of the snowflakes. And we used a warm hello from the stamp set. Right here is the stamp set. And we used another die to emboss or to cut out a die pattern here. And then a very simple inside sending you joy and many delights. Okay, beautiful, simple card. If you have a whole bunch to make, this might be the way you want to go. All right, but today I think I'll show you the card first because I'm in love with it. Are you ready? Now, have you guys noticed, or have you guys, well, I'm sure you have been shopping, and have you noticed that Christmas has turned pink? There's a lot of pink Christmas out there. So I jumped right on that bandwagon and look at this card. I'm going to give you a minute to tell me you like it with a heart or thumbs up and to look at all the detail in this card. Can you see that? This is vellum paper. Yes, there is vellum paper. It's an online exclusive. There are many folders, not many, 2 folders that I used. So you'll see the top part of this card here is one folder and this is another. Then you'll see some really pretty eyelet. Hey, Lori. And then you're going to see some ribbon that dangles. Actually, it's baker's twine with more little snowflakes hanging from that. Is that not a lovely, layered, detailed card? Very simple. Then you open it up like this, and there is the inside. And I left space. Let me see, do I have one here? I don't, but I'll just use some cardstock. Just like this to slip in a gift card if you want to make this a birthday card for somebody that has a birthday in winter and they like pink. Or if you want to make it a Christmas card and send a Christmas gift card, you can do that too. Okay, let's get started with this card. I'm using Pretty in Pink cardstock for the base. And it is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. Then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece for the inside layer of white cardstock. Then I have another piece of Pretty in Pink cut down at 2 inches so it will fit into the Elegant Edge Tag Punch, which is on page 143 of the annual catalog. While I have it out, I'm just going to take this and slip it in. Now, when I cut this, I say 2 inches. This slot here is 2 inches. I cut it down just a hair shorter than 2 inches so I can slip it in without it being really tight. This is what's going to pop out of the punch, and this is the edge you're going to get. Isn't that so pretty? You guys might already have this punch. It's not a new punch. It's one that I use often, though. Then I'm going to get my paper trimmer, and I'm going to place, oops, put it this way. I'm going to place this middle piece of eyelet at 3/4 inches. So the cut line is here, and then 1 inch is there. But I'm going to go to 3/4 inch, put the top part of the eyelet at 3/4 inch, and then I'm going to cut it. And you want to make sure you line it up to 3/4 inch each time, because you're going to need 3 of these, and you want them to be all the same. That snowflake looks so delicate and feminine, doesn't it? It's so major layered. It's so pretty. I love it. I had 2 friends over here today, and I shared the card with them, and they couldn't believe it. They oohed and awed and went crazy over it. Remember, people tell me that in-person cards look a little bit prettier than on camera. That's very irritating, but as long as you keep that in mind, you'll know. So we're going to fold our card in half. So half of 11 is 5.5. So I'm going to make a score line with my scoring blade. And I'm just going to go up and back. I like to use my scoring blade when I'm folding my cards in this direction. And then I take my bone folder and I burnish. Okay, so this is going to be the front of my card here. But remember, it opens up like this and has a pocket card on the inside. So to do that, we're going to use our score line as a measuring area. And then we're going to flip this. Let me get the camera better. We're going to flip our card so you have the bottom. Am I in camera? Let's see. Okay, so I have the bottom on the cut line, and I have the fold on the cut line. Well, the fold now on the cut line. Let me say that again. The bottom corner is on the cut line, but the top one is not quite on the fold. I want to cut it just before the fold, just a hair. All right, so I'm going to keep my fingers in the way of the ruler, and I'm going to go to the middle. I'm going to check it that I didn't move it. I didn't. Okay, and then I'm going to cut. All right, so then I have the fold that I need. Okay, then I have this piece that I'm going to use for the inside of the card. But remember, they had 2 different folders that I used to get some texture in this card. Hi, Deborah French. Okay, so let's go to that part right now. Let me get my cut and emboss machine over here. And I've got it set up for just folders right now. So I'm going to take the platform, and I'm going to use the damask folder for the piece that I cut off. Okay, so let me get that set up. And I'm try to get it straight. I can't use the black line because I'm going in this direction, but I'm still going to put in the spine of the folder first. And then put the second, the gray, the number 4 platform on top. And roll. Oh, this one doesn't take that. I keep forgetting that. Damask does not take this. See, it says right here, 1, 3, and 3. So I need to get those. The other folder I'm going to use takes the gray one. I write that on my folder so I don't have to think, but I didn't read it this time. Okay, so there's 3. Now the spine in first, and here's the second 3. Okay, now it will be tight. Now, if you're ever putting a folder through your cut and emboss machine, you're cranking it through and it's really, really loose, then you don't have it set up right. Or if it's really, really tight, then you don't have it set up right. That little pop is nothing. It scares a lot of people that are new, but it's no big deal. And sounds frightening, but it's fine. So now we have our embossed triangle piece. Okay, put that aside. Now the next folder takes 1 and 4. So this is 1. And what folder did I use? I used the dotted circles. Okay. So on the dotted circles, it's also on page 109 of the annual catalog. They both are. Both folders I used are. Now, if you want to, you can use any folder on this card. Hi, Diane. Except I would not use the, what's it called? Corrugated one. Because remember this one here? Remember how I tell you guys that it shrinks the paper a little bit? Well, it will shrink it, and then the size might be wrong for this card, or will be wrong for this card. So this would be a little smaller than you needed if you use the corrugated folder. So any other folder but that one will work. Okay, so I only need this triangle embossed. So I'm going to place it into the folder, and I'm going to line it up with the score line. And then I'm going to run it through. Spine first. And I thought that these circles reminded me of snow falling. I know, I do too. Love this folder. I really do. So the movement of the circles just was really attractive to me with the snowflakes. So see there? Okay. That's it for our folders. So let me get them out of the way. And now I'm going to look and see how this is going to go together when I'm ready to put it together. Look at that. Hi, Cookie. Okay. Now let's go to the inside. The inside of my card has to go down before I put this triangle piece on the card. So let's do that. I'm going to take Pretty in Pink ink and the stamp out of this set that says A Winter Wish for Snowy Delights. A Winter Wish for Snowy Delights. So I'm thinking that if you have a friend that has a winter birthday and she likes pink, that you could even put happy birthday on the front of this card and then this sending a winter wish. So there's the Winter Wish for Snowy Delights. And then I'm going to take the great big snowflake stamp that comes in the set, and I'm going to ink up half of it by placing the block down on my glass mat and inking up half of this snowflake, and then coming over to my cardstock and stamping just part of this big image on there. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to take the chamois that comes with the glass mat and clean off my stamp and the block. So it's ready for the next color if I choose to change colors. All right, now I can take my Tombow liquid glue and put some on here. Bring my card base to me, and then what do? I bend the ends up so I can see that I'm setting this down onto the card base and framing it equally all the way around. All right, now if you want this to hold a gift card, now you can place this down. And you're only going to put glue around the edges so it will be a pocket. Let's do that. So this edge, very lightly, and the bottom. You can let that set up a minute. For time's sake on this video, I will not. And then just line it up with your card base. Okay, I liked that a lot when I made it, but I even wanted more. Of course you did. So that's where these pieces come. Make sure that dries good. That's where these pieces come in. I did the other two in advance, I believe. Yes, I did. Just so you didn't have to watch me do it 3 times. But I want to show you how I lay them out and the difference that it makes. The straight edge goes along the straight edge. And you want to start, because normally I teach you to start by putting things in the middle and working your way out. Well, this time we're not going to do that just because we have to make sure that these are spaced right, how am I going to word this, evenly so they don't go off the card. So I'm going to lay them down with no glue. So I'm getting the eyelet right here at the edge. Make sure you can see that. And then the eyelet right here at the edge. And then I can place this one in the middle and evenly space it so it looks so good. Look how that dresses up that open card. Do you like that? Okay, so let's take our glue and we just need to put a little bit down the straight edges. And I am going to let that set up now that I know how I'm going to place them so they look nice. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. It wasn't coming out, so I squeezed hard. So let's use some of that on the other piece. And then that's still too much. So I'm going to take a paper towel that I had in my trash and take most of that off. Okay. So this one is setting up. This is the first one I did. And again, what am I doing? I'm lining the straight edges up and I'm placing the eyelet right at the edge of the card. Hi, Annie. Then this is the second one. And straight edge to straight edge. And the eyelet at the end of the card. And then the middle one will go right in the center of both of those. And because this glue is not dry yet, it's like Post-it note, and you can move it if you need to. But I like where it's at. So now look what you've got when the card is closed. But we're still going to add the snowflakes. So let me get my cut and emboss machine. This vellum is an online exclusive. Let me give you the number. I was able to pre-order this. That's why I have it. It's 167099. Vellum 12 by 12 specialty paper. It's thicker. It's thicker than the regular vellum we had in the catalog years past. It's thicker than that. So I'm guessing that's why they're calling it specialty paper. There's no sparkles or gold or silver in it. It's just thicker. Okay. So let me get my machine here and my 2 number 3s. Line up these platforms nicely and place my vellum on the platforms. Now I cut out the snowflakes that I used last week already. Here they are, but they're cut out already just to save a little bit of time. And here is the second set of snowflakes. I'm going to scoot it down here so I don't waste too much paper. And then I'm going to take this one, look at that, and set it right inside. This one cuts the whole thing out, and then this middle one is the detail. It looks like I got it in there pretty good. So I'm going to stick the end of the platform in, push with my fingers, and hold on to the top and crank it through. Now this is vellum, so I'm going to come back again and and it's thicker vellum, and I'm going to make sure it's cut out well. Let's pick it up. Now we can see that that's obviously cut out well. Let's turn this over and see that it's cut out well, and it is. So let me take the machine out of the way because I want to talk to you about moving or pulling the vellum out of the die. Okay, this one's no problem at all. You saw that. And then this comes out very easily. So that die that I just showed you, cut it around here, and then this die cut the inside. All right, so now we have all this delicate vellum in this die. So I turn it over, and you can use your brush if you want to, that's on with your take your pick tool, but I very patiently poke through the holes that are on the outside of the snowflake. Okay, when you do that, you can see that it lifts the paper here, but right here, it's pretty thin, correct? So I want you to take your fingers and put them in the thicker part of the star and pull it up that way. I don't want you to pull it up by these skinny snowflake images. Put your fingers into the star area like this, and then just pull it up, and it'll come out very easily, and you have no chance of tearing anything. Now, what I want to show you, okay, I'll show you on the die first. This die is not only a beautiful image, it has stitching. It has stars, big star, a littler star, stitch circles, stitch lines all the way down. It's absolutely beautiful. And so you can just use your brush now and get all the little ones out if you want to. And I just thought with vellum, this is going to look absolutely stunning. So here's the way it would look lined up back on itself. It's kind of hard to see on the glass mat, so I'm going to bring my card over. Oh, my card base that I just made. Okay. And now you can see how darn delicate this is. Now we're going to start by gluing this one only to this half. Because if you glue it all the way down to both halves, you can't open up your card, right? I mean, you know, that's like, yeah, Bev, we get it. But you know, you never know. Somebody might think, oh, shoot, I glued the whole thing down. Or we were so excited about the card, we glue the whole thing down. So pay attention to only put glue on half. Remember the finger trick? And just keep going to make sure that you only get it on half of the snowflake. You can do mini glue dots too if you'd like. Okay, so I'm going to just place that down, and I got about half of that snowflake with glue on it. Okay, then I took this one, and you can match it up. So these match up into these. But I want some height, so I'm going to go to my dimensionals. And I'm going to stick it right in the middle of this star here. And then I'm going to spin it till it matches up. And place that down on this half of the card, the half of the card that you can lift up. See that? How pretty. Okay, so that's pretty. Yes, it is. But it's even prettier when you add these to it. So I'm going to add, you know what I did? Sorry, you guys. I think, let me double check. Yes, I added this one second. I did. Okay, I forgot I did that. Sorry. So this one I just added second, and you can add this one to this one. So just put a little bit of glue. I made this card last week and I forgot I did that. So I'm scared because a lot of glue came out a minute ago, so I'm going to be careful. Just add a little bit of glue around here. Barely see any coming out, but I'm scared to squeeze it. Okay, and I'm going to add it to the snowflake. Hi, Pamela. Okay. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to add this one with the dimensional. And you can just twist it any way to make it more fluttery. That's going to be a little sticky in the middle, but probably not enough to hold this second one. So I'm going to add some glue on this star. And then I'm going to add the fourth snowflake, and you can spin it until you like the looks. Okay, now all you have to do after it's dry, I'm going to hold it in the middle so it's drying, and pull these up. Because we only glued half of the first one. The second one is on the first one, so I'm just going to bend them all up until we've got a dainty, lacy snowflake. I know it's going to get flat, a little bit flat in the envelope. But if you send this to a stamper, you know the first thing she's going to do as she's oohing and awing over it is going to fluff up that snowflake. Look at that. Okay, so now I took the 25, 27 in color flat pearls. There's a pink one right there. And it's a large one. And I set it right there in the middle using my Take Your Pick tool. There's two sizes. I used the large one. And I just loved this as it stood. But I needed some length to this. So I took white baker's twine. It's in the annual catalog. And these snowflakes have all these holes in them that invite you to thread baker's twine through them. Or they invite me anyway. They just kind of beg for it. Now, before you put this snowflake on, if you want, you can thread the baker's twine through it and tie your bow and then glue it on, or you can do it now like I am. Okay. And then just tie a bow. Okay. So then I wanted more length on here. So I'm going to take a mini glue dot. Here they are. And I'm going to stick it right on both the loops. So there's a mini glue dot on both the loops. Pinch it together. You know those guys are strong. Stick it right under there. You might need your Take Your Pick tool. It's sticking to my finger. So let me get it there. And then get my Take Your Pick tool and push it in there. Okay. So now and you can make these as long as you want. These are a little shorter than these, and I think I like them longer. So in the die set, there is a die. That looks like this. And it cuts out all these little tiny snowflakes. They're not so tiny, but they're narrow. So I cut out some in advance. Ooh, I'm getting a whiff of my lavender. It smells so good. Here they are. Do I have another one? I think I have the wrong color. Where's that long piece of paper I had? Here it is. So I used a scrap, which is awesome. I love using scraps. I'm going to just place it on here because I think I need a few more, and I'm going to run it through the machine real quick. Okay, there they are. You take your pick tool is needed to punch these guys out, but they come out very easily. See there? Let's get this big one. All right. I think there's one more. Yeah. Okay, there it is. All right, so now I'm going to play with this glue because, like I said, it scared me. It popped so much, came out so fast a minute ago. Get another one. Okay, so you're going to take your little strings, have them ready for you, know which one you want to put this on, but you're going to put glue on the center, the back side of this little snowflake, and then use the nose to brush it up and down the long part of the snowflake, and then you're just going to set it on your thread and let it dry before you mess with it anymore. It fits perfectly on the thread. You can add so in the center, you can add as many as you want, just a little bit, and then push it with the nose up and down the middle and set it right on the baker's twine and let it dry. Okay, so when it's dry, get that on there good. When it's dry, take any, I don't know which ones you have, but if you have any clear little sequins or dots like these, grab those, and they just help the snowflakes stand out a little more. Get the putty end. There we go. And see if you add, these aren't dry yet, so I'm trying to be very careful. So let those dry, but I don't have the opportunity to let them dry right now because I'm trying to show you how to do this. And then here's a smaller one, and stick it on the smaller ones. So look how pretty that is. So I'm going to do that again with the medium-sized one because I have 2 more strings. So I want them on the ends of all the strings, just like this. Just bring it up, set it down. Grab an embellishment. Oops. And stick it down. Then these will dangle after they're all dry. Oh, my mini glue dot didn't hold in there. But the difference is I would make these longer like I did here. So they help the eye candy go down deeper into the card, the length of the card. Okay, I have one more to add. They look like they're both the same size, so it doesn't matter which one I take. And I'm going to set that one down. And I am going to listen to myself and let that dry before I put this gem on, because it'll move around. So I would put all the stars on and then come back and put all the gems on. But I'm going to leave this right there on that one because I know myself. I'll come back and I'll say, oh, that's done. No, it's not. It needs one more gem. And I don't want to forget. So I'm going to leave that there. But I will show you the finished one. It's up close so you can see how pretty this is. I'm going to separate these so you can see how they dangle if you want them long. Thank you, Lena. And then remember that it opens up. And if you want to, you can put a gift card in here for birthday wishes, Christmas wishes, or just winter wishes, whatever you want the card to be for. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Good night. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, good night.